Now back to our other top story. Hamilton County released the first draft of a resolution today declaring racism a public health crisis. It comes following weeks of protests over police brutality and social injustice. Reporter Marielle Carbone has more on what the declaration means and what it will do.
Well, we've heard this term tossed around a lot over the last few weeks, both at the state and local levels. But today, health officials in Hamilton County say that there is a clear connection between race and health. And the commission is hoping that the steps laid out in this resolution make sure that racism is no longer a predictor of how long a person lives. Racism and health.
The data is undeniable.
Advocates in Cincinnati say there is no doubt a connection between the two.
Research upon research that demonstrates that race is the construct in the gaps of disparity that we see in our overall health.
Renee Mahaffey-Harris, CEO of the Center for Closing the Health Gap, says African Americans are affected at a higher rate when it comes to diabetes, hypertension, and most recently,
we can point to the numbers that we see in the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 in the Black community.
In fact, according to data from the CDC, non-Hispanic Black people are hospitalized with COVID at a rate of 5 times that of a non-Hispanic white person. All of this and more is why Commissioner Victoria Parks says declaring racism a public health crisis is necessary for Hamilton County.
It's not debatable, and it's a fact.
Today, she released her draft resolution, which is not only a declaration of the health crisis, but it lays out specific steps the county will take to address it, both in terms of health and social justice.
We commit to do the work to change it.
Steps include enhanced implicit bias training within the sheriff's office, a disparity study in Hamilton County, and the expansion of the Office of Economic Inclusion.
Everybody that is here, their heart is in it. They understand and they have accepted the iniquities that have been borne upon African Americans.
And they're hopeful the resolution can make a real difference.
I think what this resolution does is take it from a conversation and actually looks at specific institutional structures and begins to point at strategies to eliminate those.
And right now, this is just a draft resolution. It'll go up for public comment later this week on Thursday, and then the commission is set to vote on it later this month. Reporting from the Banks, Marielle Carbone, WCPO 9 News.
Marielle, thank you so much. That conversation, by the way, does continue over on WCPO.com. It's all part of our special From Protests to Solutions. It's a look at Cincinnati's response to the death of George Floyd in the context of its history of police abuse of force and brutality, both nationally and locally, and what we can do to ensure fair and equal treatment for everyone.